Hi friends, and welcome once again to Decorate Your Life. I am so excited to share this elegant Halloween card tutorial with you. The fall is my favorite time of the year where I get to make Halloween and I get to make Christmas and I get to make Thanksgiving, and I am so excited to share this with you. I just love Halloween. Anyways, this is an elegant card tutorial where I'm going to be using items from the Black and Gold Shimmer Card Kit, which is a Spellbinders card making kit. I had a few papers left over, a couple of things left over, so you're going to see me using those. And I'm also going to be using the Spellbinders Designer Series Rebel Skull Banner number S5292 by the wonderfully talented Stacy Karen for Stacy Karen Design. And I'm also going to be using the Spellbinders Shapeabilities Victorian Medallion 2 number S4-443, and I will leave links to these items in the description area below and in my blog. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay friends, the Halloween themed card that we are going to make today is going to have several different elements. Number one, I want to point out the obvious. This is from the PDF file of the Halloween drawings that I put online. That's free for the taking. It is in my blog. And this is such a funny story. My printer still won't print right. But out of everything, I mean, it's just printing lines, and I don't know why. I don't have time to mess with my printer, and I don't print enough to bother messing with it or to bother buying a new one. So, but in all of the mistakes that my printer was making, I thought this was the coolest mistake ever because this was supposed to be a solid black background and it printed it in black and white. And I said, I'm going to use this one. So I've printed it on lightweight cardstock and I have already inked around the edges. But let me put this design to the side because after all, this is a Spellbinders video. So anyways, let me show you what I'm showcasing in this video. Stacy Karen Design has a lot of gothic and gothic elegant dyes out there, and I just love that genre. And I picked up the Spellbinders Designer Series Rebel Skull Banner, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is such a cool die. It is such a cool die, okay? And we're going to be using this one. And as the background to my boo or oh or ooh, see, it's the ghost. They're saying ooh. As a background too, that I have this medallion right here, and we are going to be placing that on it. And what I'm using for that medallion is this one right here. It's such a beautiful design, and it's from the Spellbinders Shapeabilities Victorian Medallion 2. And the papers that I'm going to be using, I was going through my stash and I still had a little bit from the Black and Gold Shimmer Card Kit from the Spellbinders Card Kit of the Month Club. And I just have a few things here and there from it. So I'm going to be using items mostly from that kit. Okay, and I have this ribbon here that I'm going to be using it as well, and I think this one came from my stash. I don't think this came from the Spellbinders. But what we're going to be doing is, I wanted to make it something but kind of like on the elegant Gothic style, and I thought that these two papers from that kit went extremely well with what I have in mind. So let's go ahead and get started. I have, like I said, I think I've said that I have already inked around the edges. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and adhere this to here. Now you can use glue, but I'm going to use double-sided tape. Yeah. So I want the point pointing up like so, and the ooh's gonna go right here. There we go. Just like that. So now, here's the thing. I'm going to have to measure now to see how big I need these papers to be. 6.5 by 5 3/4. Yeah, okay, so that was 6.5 by 5 3/4. So I'm going to go down 1/4 of an inch. So that would be 6 1/4, and the other one was 5 3/4. So we're going to cut this to 5.5. Okay. So this was cut at 6 1/4 to 5.5 because we're going down 1/4 of an inch from this measurement over here. Let's make this part dimensional. Okay. Now, to make this part dimensional, we can do a couple of things. We can use, not cardstock, what is it? The chipboard. We can use chipboard if you have some chipboard laying around. Me, I like to use the foam, okay? Foam comes pretty cheap where I shop, so I'm going to use the foam to kind of like raise this some. So since we said that this was 6.5 by 5 1/4, I'm going to cut my foam, or you cut your chipboard to, let's see, 5 by 6. Okay, good. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my good double-sided tape, not the cheap one. And my good double-sided tape is my score tape by Sook Wang. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tape it. I could use a glue gun, but it's been my experience that with a glue gun, you get lumps. Even if I try to press down on it, I still get lumps. So I don't want a lumpy card. So I am not going to be using the glue gun. You can, if you know how to use a glue gun with paper crafting, that's your prerogative, but I'm not going to adhere anything to paper, to this paper with a glue gun. So I'm just making sure that we are okay over here. Where's, here we go. Okay. I just love making these. So now that I have these down here, I'm going to check once again. Okay. Alrighty. I'm going to go ahead and apply. Actually, I should be applying it to this. here we go. Oh, I love it. Love, 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 love. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and mount it to my background paper. I'm loving the way this project is coming out. Should we make this? Let's see, if we make this 3D, I need to make this 3D. It looks better when it's 3D. Look at this. I love it. So now that we have this, we are going to build the actual card for it, the card stock. And if you're curious, this is how I go about in making my cards, okay? I don't build a card first or anything. No, what I do is I work from the outside in, I guess that, or from the inside out. Well, this is how I go about in making them, and I visualize, and I'm like, okay, so now that I have exactly what I envisioned, now I'm gonna go ahead and build that the base to my card. I'm basically going to eye measure this. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a light color right there. And this is going to go right there. And we are done. There we go.